Mrs. Tubbs' respiratory status is deteriorating even though she has been placed on BiPAP. I believe her respiratory failure is worsening. If I went to get an ABG on Mrs. Tubbs right now, I would expect her pH to be dropping and her PaCO2 to be increasing because she's not ventilating well. When I went into Mrs. Tubbs' room to assess her, her level of consciousness had greatly decreased. She was no longer responding to me, and I believe that's because of her rising CO2 values. Um, when I do get the ABG, if the values are critical, that will determine whether Mrs. Tubbs, whether I will call a rapid response to her room or not. The ABG values for Mrs. Tubbs were critical, and I did call a rapid response to her room. While I'm waiting for the team to get there, I would be assembling the equipment needed for intubation. The equipment you'll need is a suction setup. You'll need ET tubes in multiple sizes. You'll need a bougie, a handle, and a blade. It helps if you know the doctor's preference, but if not, you should have everything available. You may need lubrication. You're going to need a stylet, a CO2 detector, an ambu bag, and a mask. And then you're going to need a syringe to inflate the cuff on the ET tube.